Hey Transformer fans, it's Hankster here, and instead of course a toy review, I am going to review Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, which came out last week. Sorry for the delay here, of course with the death of Michael L. Jackson. I of course obviously had to make videos involving that, but we're back on course here, and I'm going to do my review of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I did see this movie last Wednesday. Well, Wednesday night, to be exact, and I had to say it was a great movie. The CGI was great. Like the characters that were in, new characters, especially the new robots, and all. And basically, let's get to the plot. Basically, the plot was the Autobots have formed an alliance with the United States government, using elite forces to track down remaining Decepticon forces all across the world. And in that way, they find out that the Fallen is on his way. Fallen, of course, is played by Tony Todd, voiced by him. And if you don't know who Tony Todd is, he of course played the title character of the Candyman in those line of movies. He of course was also in the remake of Night of the Living Dead. He was the lead character in that, and he was also, I believe, in the first Final Destination movie. And he of course has a connection with Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy was rumored to going to be playing the voice of the Fallen, but either that was a false rumor or plans fell through, and Tony Todd was then considered. But Tony Todd's also connected with Star Trek. If you've seen episodes of Star Trek Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, he played Worf's brother in a few episodes there. So basically, if you don't know who Tony Todd is, check out those movies and, of course, Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, and you'll know who I'm talking about. Of course, Peter Cullen returns as the voice of Optimus Prime. Excuse me. He did a very good job, once again, playing the leader of the Autobots. Also, interesting enough, Frank Walker, who of course played Megatron in Generation 1, returns in this movie, but he does not play Megatron, sadly to say. The character you expect him to play, he is not playing. He of course is playing another character he played in G1. He of course is playing the voice of Soundwave, but I do have to inform you, the digital voice, the digital part of Soundwave's voice is not being used. It's sort of Soundwave without the digital stuff. And if you remember from my toy review of him, he is not a cassette player. He's sort of a triple changer robot, satellite, and spacecraft. So keep an eye out for that. Another Transformer veteran making his vocal movie debut in here is Tom Kenny. Tom Kenny, of course, is better known as the voice of Starscream in Transformers Animated. He does not play Starscream in this movie, though. He is playing, I think he's playing one of the, I believe he played one of the twins, and he also played the voice of Wheelie, the RC car in this movie. So he's in there, but he's not playing who you expect him to play. And speaking of Transformers Animated, there is a little bit of element of that series in this movie. Let's give you a hint. It's involving a young woman, and think of Sorry's character in this movie. Just, if you see that, you'll know who when you see this, or if you've already seen this, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to, let that little bit of a hint there, and I am going to show you a picture of her, a part of a spoiler at the end of the movie. Obviously, you do see a picture of Megan Fox in here. Hey, it is a promotional picture. They did use it to promote the movie. They did use it in the trailer, so shut up. This is not all. This is not all the human stuff is to attract the Twilight fangirls and all that. But she was pretty good. I rather prefer seeing her than Shia LaBeouf, or whatever his last name is in this movie. Even though he was a pivotal character, as the plot goes, he basically absorbs some sort of information that the Decepticons need to help out the Fallen. And basically it's a chase almost all around the world to try to get at him. Also, another interesting mention here, Obama is mentioned in this movie. President Obama is mentioned in the movie by name. Photography of him or anything, but his name is mentioned in the movie. And once again, he is pissing off our allies. He's pissing off the Autobots this time. When you see the plot line, you'll know what I'm talking about. But a lot of cool characters in there. My favorite, of course, was Jetfire. He, of course, is portrayed as sort of an ancient transformer that arrived on Earth centuries ago, and he takes on the form of a Blackbird. You think of X-Men's, plane. The plane X-Men uses, that's the same kind of plane that he takes, transforms into. I kind of like this character because he kind of reminds me of a pirate. Sort of like a Transformer version of a pirate. Now, I heard some complaints about the twins in this movie that, they're being stereotypical. They act, of course, like street hoods, talking like from rap videos and everything like that. We got to remember that most of the Autobots picked up how to speak Earth languages through the World Wide Web, if you paid attention to the first movie. So that's probably what interests them, and they took on that, those voice patterns. So chill out on that. Even going as far as having one of them with a gold tooth. Haha. But they were pretty cool. And Devastator this time around was pretty interesting. Instead of like a giant robotic, robot humanoid looking thing, he was like a giant monster here. And once again, no, he does not sound like Cookie Monster when he's sucking up sand. That was just the gag from Random DC, and I like to carry that on. But it was a great movie. Check it out. It's about 2.5 hours long. And of course, it does leave a lot open for a third movie, obviously. And more than just what happened at the ending, but there's some stuff in the movie that kind of makes you think, hey, you could do a third movie on this. But we'll have to see what goes on. And of course, this movie did great in its first weekend. For actually its first 5 days, and plus then the weekend and all. So, but I gotta say it's worth watching. And you go check it out while it's out in theaters. Buy it when it comes out for home movie use. And collect the Transformer toys out there. I'm going to continue doing movie reviews. Actually, I got some more movie reviews, and of course, I'm going to still do some more toy reviews. I got some more coming up shortly. And I do have one spoiler to give you. And you're going to get a kick out of this. So check it out here. Here is my one spoiler for Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And stay tuned.